by the time this interview is out, Reacher is going to be out. So congratulations on that release. How has it been building up to that release and now finally having it out?
It's exciting. I'm excited to see it. I forgot that all 8 episodes are going to be released at the same time. I'm just excited to see it, and it's always kind of how many months has it been? We wrapped in late July. Yeah, late July. So it's just kind of
Sit
a
and
waiting
wait.
game, but yeah. And I've been checking out what fans are saying, and so I'm excited. I'm especially excited to see if it lives up to the fans' expectations, which I hope it will.
Yeah, I mean, even before this show, it was a book series and there were movies. Were you a fan of this whole franchise before booking the role?
I wasn't. I didn't know about it, but
Really?
I read. I started reading some of the books. I can see why like people are obsessed with Jack Reacher. I watched the Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really had to educate myself, but I love it. I'm so excited for it, and yeah, I mean now I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, the TV show itself is taking more of a book vibe take on it rather than what the movies did. What do you hope that fans take from it after watching it?
I just hope that it's everyone loves when it's true to the book. And I feel like this first season is kind of a mixture of a few books, even though it's based off the first one. But even stuff like with my character, the stuff that happens in that first season has happened in the books in the next few books. So I just hope that it stays true to the fans' expectations, and it's what they had imagined, and it's as good as they had envisioned it in their own minds when reading it.
Mm-hmm. Well, your character, Josephine, could you tell us a little bit more about her and what it was like bringing her to life?
Yes, well, in the books, know, it's kind of set in a different time period, French Resistance. So now we're kind of in the 90s. So I kind of had to recalibrate, but I use that same, she still has the same stubborn sense of self. She's extremely strong. She's extremely independent. She is, I think, a very important grounding force in Reacher's life. And it was, it was just trying to find that delicate balance between nurturing mom, but also grounding force and kind of, hard.
Yeah.
And so I was always kind of treading the line of being loving, but not too. I didn't want to do the stereotypical American mom. She's a French mom. I am French. I modeled it, I think, a lot of after like my grandmother and a lot of other French women in life. Um, so I have that American audiences don't think she's too, rigid. But I think that from what I read in the books, that's what I gleaned from it. So, but it was really fun, and it was really fun getting. It was hard because we shot these. I show up in flashbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was a lot of different time periods, all shot within 3 days. So kind of tracking that arc, making it realistic and believable, and clocking, what's been happening in that time span up until age 60. Because I do play her at age 60, and that will be interesting to see. So yeah, just kind of, all of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from your time on set, do you have a favorite moment or memory?
Favorite moment or memory? Honestly, I do love character work. In grad school, that's what I loved doing, or transforming. So getting to play her really old was a massive challenge. But I mean, I loved doing that. That required the most kind of work, and it was fun doing makeup, but just kind of getting into that mindset and physicality and all of that. But there are many great moments. That's
Yeah.
one of them.
I mean, what was it like kind of growing with this character? Did you learn anything from your character?
I admire her. I hope that I can be a mother like her, but also like a woman like her. You know, in the books, she's like I said, she's fiercely independent, and I just like that in the books. You know, she's the one that Reacher looks up to, and the dad is extremely important. But I liked that Lee Child made this woman so powerful and brought so much importance to her. It's so nice to have a female character that
Mm-hmm.
stands out in a man's world, but in Reacher's world, and you'll see how they kind of cut back to her when he's when he's in a pickle or in a bind or whatever. He has these flashbacks, and I just hope that yeah, no, I admire her strength and fortitude and how she impacts these intense guys.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's
yeah,
definitely refreshing to see like a strong female character in these shows again. I mean, you're
yeah.
probably going to inspire so many women and young girls. Like, how does that feel knowing you're going to have that impact?
Well, I hope. My God, I mean that's amazing. That's what I want to do. I just want to play really strong, badass. Can I say that? Badass females, And Josephine Reacher is a badass.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it feels great. I hope it does that. I hope it.
Mm-hmm. Talking more about the show, if you could describe it in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh my God. I mean, action packed, intense, surprising, um, thrilling. I'm like, I can think of emotional,
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable. I mean, there's so many different colors.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that people are going to be expecting an action-packed show, but I think there's going to be a lot more to it that people will be surprised by.
Mm-hmm. And my last question for you, do you have any future projects that you could hint at or talk about?
Future projects that I could. Well, I have a theater company in New York, and we're about to put up 2 plays this summer. But no TV or film right now in the future.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hopefully going to New York and seeing these plays.
Thank you so much. June and July, New
Okay.
York City.
I'll book my plane ticket now. We'll do it.
Great. Hey, it's not too far.
But thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you.
Of course, thank you for having me.